ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले ते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम
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 हरे
राम
हरे।
हरे। Okay, so the topic for today is Bhima meets Hanuman. And we'll go through the story really quick and then I will hand over to the participants who are all dressed up. I know you're waiting to show your fancy dress and we want to see and we want to interact with all of you. But before that, a quick summary of today's class, today's story. Before we get into today's story of Bhima meeting Hanuman, we also have to see what is called as a Subhashit. Subhashit means some value, some lesson that is taught in ancient times in Sanskrit. Okay, so this is interesting. This Subhashit says, Sampurna kumbho na karoti shabdam ardho gato ghoshamuni paitimunam vidvan kulino na karoti garvam Gunair bahu jalpayanti. That means Sampurna Kumbha. That means a vessel that is full does not make much noise. Empty vessels make most noise. That means a person who's intelligent, they are always calm. They are not misled by pride. They are not always talking about themselves. They are not continuously talking all the time, whether their opinion is asked or not, continuously giving their opinion, continuously speaking their glories, continuously talking about something. They are not like that. Why? Because they are very intelligent. They don't unnecessarily talk. But then a person who knows very less, what does he do? He's constantly boasting. So in English also the same value is being taught. Empty vessels make most noise. So you see this picture? This person, his head is full of books. He's very intelligent. He's read a lot, but what is he doing? His mouth is quiet. Unnecessarily, there is no nonsense talking. But then look at this man. He has nothing in his head. It's all empty. So overly he's talking. You can even do this experiment at home. You can keep different pots. Some pots you can fill with water, some half filled, some full, some empty. And then you try to take a tongue or take something, take a metallic object and then start hitting these vessels, one with water, one with half water and one with full water. You'll see that the one with full water doesn't make much noise, but one without water will make maximum sound. Even if you drop something, like for example, an empty pot, okay, an empty stainless steel pot that your mom cooks with, if it falls, it makes so much noise that the whole house can wake up in the morning. But then if the pot is full of something and it falls down, you may hear a splash, but you will not hear the sound made by the vessel itself, sound made by the pot itself. Why? Because it is full. So anyone who's full, unnecessarily, they don't talk and they don't speak rubbish. It is also said that a fool is identified once he opens his mouth because only nonsense keeps coming out of the mouth. So why the Subhashit? We'll find out. Okay. So in our previous session last week, we saw that our Arjun, he had gone to the Himalayas and later he went to the heavenly planets. And what happened to Yudhishthir and others? They were staying in a place called as Kamyavan and they were feeling very inspired to soon go and see Arjun. So the sages inspired them and with the help of some sages, they went to Badrikashram. But then on the en route to Badrikashram, what happened? Draupadi almost fainted. So who came to their rescue? It was our Ghatotkacha, right? You all must remember this. So Ghatotkacha is the son of Bhimasen. So he came to their rescue, and with his friends, he lifted them off and they went to Upper Badri. And they were settled there, and they were taking the association of many, many sages. So, like this, they were spending some days in this Upper Badri. But on the seventh day of their time there, they were still waiting for Arjun, hoping he will come soon. But Arjun didn't come. Instead, what happened? On the seventh day, there was a huge wind that came from the northeastern direction, and it just brought in a beautiful, very, very fragrant, thousand petaled lotus like flower. It was huge, it had thousand petals, it was very fragrant, and it came flying in the wind, and it came and fell near Draupadi's feet. So now Draupadi, she saw that beautiful, beautiful flower, and she was amazed. It was nothing like the flowers you see today. It had thousand petals. It was pure white in color, and it was extremely fragrant, very intoxicating fragrant. So she picked it up carefully with her hands, and she went and showed it to Bhima. She said, Bhima, have you seen anything as wonderful as this? I really want to give this flower to Yudhishthir Maharaj, because Yudhishthir Maharaj is going to become our king. He is the rightful owner of all that is precious. So I really want to present this to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And can you do me a favor? You're the strongest. You're the strongest among the Pandavas. So can you help me get more of these flowers? Find out where these flowers are coming from. So, Bhima said, okay. Bhima was always waiting to please his wife Draupadi. He felt that Draupadi was not treated well by many people, and he could understand that Draupadi was also missing Arjuna a lot. So, he really wanted to please her. He thought, you are my dear wife, I will do anything for you. And he started moving in the northeastern direction from where this flower was carried away. So he started climbing that mountain towards the northeast, and he went on and on. Now, Bhima, he was extremely strong. Okay, so when he would go, all the animals and birds, they would just fly away in fear. So there were some mountain tigers, and they heard the footsteps of Bhima. They started running in worry, thinking that something is going to happen to their lives. And some of them tried to attack Bhim also, some of these wild animals. But you know how Bhim would tackle animals, wild animals like tigers, leopards, and all that? He would just give them one tight slap and they would fall unconscious. So, like that, some wild elephants would also come to stop Bhima, but Bhima would just pick them up, toss them into the sky, and throw them away. So, he was so strong, so powerful. So, like that, he was just destroying all the trees and all the animals and making way, clearing his path. And he started proceeding. He was having one pointed focus. What was the focus Beam was having? Beam was thinking, my wife asked me for something. I will do anything to please her. I will take all efforts. Doesn't matter. It might be a dangerous path. It might not be an easy task. But still, to please my loved one, I will go to any extent. So there's something you learn from Beam. He was very dedicated. When he was given a task, when he was given an order, he took a lot of risk, but still he ensured that he was taking all the trouble to please his dear wife. So we also learn that sometimes we have to do certain things to please our loved ones. Like, for example, our parents. Our parents, they won't desire something bad for us. They only want our welfare. So they might say, okay, my dear child, I want you to really get very good marks in this exam. Now, it is not easy. Math is not easy. Science is not easy. None of the exams that we are attempting is easy. But we will take all efforts to do it well, and we will please our parents. So, similarly, Bhima also, just to please Draupadi, he wanted to go an extra mile to please his loved ones, and he started proceeding. So then, as he walked, he came across a huge plantain garden, very, very beautiful plantain garden. And he was walking, and he was moving away all the plants. And then finally, he had come to a very calm and peaceful lake. That lake had so many lotuses, but these lotuses were not the same as that beautiful flower that had come. That beautiful flower is called as Saugandhika Pushpa. Saugandhika means one that has a very pleasant fragrance. That is called as Saugandhika. So then, he heard suddenly a loud noise when he was inspecting that lake and understanding that this lake doesn't have the Saugandhika Pushpa. So suddenly he heard a very, very loud noise, so much so the hair on his body was standing on end. Imagine Bhima was terrified hearing that noise. He was shocked. What kind of noise is this? It is even terrifying me. I am able to throw away tigers and lions and leopards, but what kind of noise is this? From which animal is it coming? So he ran forward towards that noise and he saw a huge monkey. Who's scared of a monkey? Okay, maybe Vrindavan monkeys, we are all scared because Vrindavan monkeys, they come and take away everything we have. But generally, nobody gets so scared of a monkey. It's not a carnivorous animal, right? But Bhima was so terrified by that noise that was made by that monkey. So he went and he saw this huge monkey. It was lying across the path, lashing its tail on the ground, and it was making the earth tremble. So it had a tail, it was lifting and putting the tail down, lifting up, putting it down, and the whole earth was shaking. So, such a huge monkey. Bhima went close by to inspect how it looked like, and he could see that the face of the monkey was like a full moon, and Bhima could see beautiful lips and pearl like teeth behind those lips. But Bhima was not happy. Why? Because he himself got scared. So he was thinking, who are you? And he started roaring. And the monkey just ignored him. The monkey looked, what? What noise are you making? So the monkey didn't seem very impressed with Bhima's roar. And then he slowly opened his eyes. Who? The monkey slowly opened his eyes. He looked at Beam and he said, why are you troubling me? I was sleeping. Why are you roaring at me? You woke me up. So that's what the monkey said. And then he asked, Bhima was shocked. Why is he responding to me like that? And then slowly the monkey woke up. He stretched his arms. He looked at Bhim and he said, hey, why did you come here? It appears that you don't have any virtues. You've come here destroying so many animals and plants on your way. What kind of attitude is this? So he started chastising Bhima. So it's a very important instruction. See, Bhima had a lot of desire to please his loved ones. He wanted to please his wife, so he was ready to take any risk. But there was also a downside to his action. What was the downside? He was destroying everything around him. To clear his path, he was destroying animals, he was destroying plants, he was destroying all the flora and fauna. You think it's a good thing? It's very, very bad. We should show kindness to all creatures. We can't treat animals harshly like that. But Bhima was extremely harsh. And this was pointed out by this monkey. This monkey said, you're unnecessarily causing disturbance to everyone. And he said, you're trying to cross this path that I'm sitting in, but this path leads to heaven. And only people with a lot of austerities and ascetic practices, that means people who are like yogis, only such people, they can go to these higher regions. So it's better you turn your face and you go back. You don't have to cross this path. Otherwise, if you are very adamant, you can sit here. I need to eat some fruits and drink water. You wait here for some time, then I will move away from this path. Now, Bhima was very curious. He was thinking, who is this effulgent monkey? So he asks the identity. He asks the monkey, "Who are you?" Now, Bhima, he introduces himself. He says, "Okay, I will tell you who I am. I am the great Panda by the name Bhima, and I am the brother of Dharmaraj Yudhishthir. Now, you tell me, who are you?" So, Hanuman, he was not interested in having such conversations with Bhim. So, Hanuman said, "I don't want to introduce myself to you, and I don't want to give you permission. I don't want to hear all your ramblings. I don't want to hear your thoughts. Just leave me alone. I'm tired. I'm resting. Once I've eaten and some fruits and I've taken some water, then only I can talk to you. So you sit there quietly." And Bhima said, "You have to move. I need to move on." But then this monkey said, "No, I'm very old. I'm very ill. I'm not keeping well. I've become very old. So I can't move. Either you sit here till I gather some strength and move, or if you're so adamant that you want to move, you can cross over me and move." Then Bhima asked, "What do you mean? How can I cross over you and move? I know that the super soul is present in every living entity. So, how can I cross over someone who's sitting or who's lying down? It is an offense to the super soul, it is an offense to Krishna. How can I cross another living entity?" So, it is said in Vedic tradition that it is a sin to cross over someone who's sleeping or who's sitting. So we ask them to move respectfully, and then once the path is cleared, then we can go. There is a story of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his servant Govinda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was once lying down like this, like Hanuman, this monkey, at the entrance of a door. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was lying, and Govinda wanted to massage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. So the feet was inside the room. So Govinda wanted to go the other side and massage the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "Can you move a little bit so that I can go to the other side and I can start massaging your feet?" But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "If you want, you can cross over me." And Govinda was shocked. He said, "No, how can I cross over you? It's an offense to cross over you." Okay. So of course the story goes on and eventually he does a service and he sits there and it's a long story. So the idea is that you may not cross over anybody, like put your foot over them and go when they're sleeping or lying down or sitting. It is considered sinful. Okay. So Bhima said, "I won't do it. It's like a disrespect to Krishna, so I won't do it." And then Bhima was looking very closely. Uh, he said, "Maybe it is Hanuman." So he wanted to know if this is really Hanuman. So he said, he was trying to pick a conversation with the monkey. So he said, "Actually, if I didn't know this fact that the super soul is in all living entities, I would have probably crossed over you, just like how Hanuman crossed over the ocean." Why did he say this? So that he can get some words out of this monkey's mouth if he is that Hanuman. He had a doubt, maybe it was Hanuman. So that is when Hanuman, very coolly, he asked, "Hanuman? Who is that Hanuman? How did he leap over the ocean?" He asks like that. So the lesson here is we should remember super soul is in every living entity. We cannot cross over anybody. Okay, so we should be very careful. And when Hanuman asks like this, that who's that Hanuman? When did he jump? How did he jump? When he asked like that, Bhima was thinking, "Oh, maybe it's not Hanuman, maybe it's a Rakshasa." And then he said, "Okay, I'm going to ask him to move again." He asked the monkey, "Can you move again?" He says, "No. If you want, you can lift my tail and you can move it with yourself." So then Bhima, he tries to lift the tail of the Vanara, that monkey. He tries very, very hard. He's trying. How difficult is it to lift the tail? It is not very difficult. Generally, any monkey, right? Their tails are not very heavy. But Bhima, he was not able to lift the tail. And then he gave up finally and he folded his palms and he told this monkey, "I completely give up. I take refuge of you. I take the mood of a disciple. So please tell me who you are." So when he humbled himself, when he folded his palms, when he gave up and he said, I'm not able to do anything. I really want to know who you are. I know you're someone very special. Please tell me who you are. That is when Hanuman started speaking. He said, oh, my dear brother, I am indeed the Hanuman that you spoke about. I am the son of Vayu and the son of Keshari. You had already mentioned about me. I am the same Hanuman. And then Bhima was so happy because he was seeing his brother. Bhima was also Vayu Putra, right? He was the son of Vayu. Hanuman was also the son of Vayu. So he became so happy. Tears filled his eyes. He fell to the ground and he offered his obeisances. And then he requests Hanuman to tell about his feats, how he served Lord Ramachandra in the Ramayana. And Hanuman speaks the Ramayana to Bhima and he tells about the glories of Lord Ramachandra. Then Bhima asks, my dear Hanuman, can you please fulfill one desire of mine? I want to see the form with which you cross the ocean. I heard you had become very, very big. You grew in great size. I want to see that size of Hanuman. I want to see you in that huge figure. But then Hanuman said, I can do that now. So many thousands of years have passed and I've become old now. And also, it's Kali Yuga. I mean, it's not Kali, it's Dwapar, but still, it's nearing Kali Yuga. It's Dwapar Yuga. At this time, I cannot increase my size and show you what forms I've taken in Treta Yuga. He says, even everything has changed. Lands have changed, sizes of people have changed, distances have changed, everything has changed over a period of time. So I cannot show you what I have done in Treta Yuga. But then Bhima repeatedly he requests, and just to please his brother, Hanuman, he grows in size and he showed that terrible form. And Bhima looked at that huge form with wonder and he was thinking, wow, with this size, he had crossed the Mainak Parvat. So Bhima was struck with wonder. And then Hanuman, he resumes his regular size and he tells Bhima, Bhima, I know you came in this direction in search of that Saugandhika flower. It is actually growing in Kuvera's gardens. If you continue to move in the northeast direction, you will go there. And there in that region, there is a big lake. And in that lake, you will find these Saugandhika flowers. But then he tells that I want you to listen to me. Okay, there's a lesson here. I'll tell you the advice he gives later. Okay, so there's a lesson. Bowing down with devotion can elevate you. See, till Bhima didn't bow down, he was not allowed to pass. But the minute Bhima surrendered and he bowed down in humility, he was uplifted. So when they say a tree with heavy fruits hangs low. So if you are full of humility and devotion, and you bow down, you will reap great benefits. Okay, so that is what we see from this section. So Hanuman, before he told his brother, right, how to go there, how to walk in the northeast direction and find the Saugandhika flower. But he also gives an advice. He tells his brother, my dear brother, remember, you have to be very respectful. You can't be so arrogant. Huh? You have to be very respectful. You should perform your duty as a Kshatriya, but at the same time, keep your passions under control. And don't unnecessarily forcibly take anything from anyone. Request them and then take it. Take the flowers. So this is the advice given by Hanuman. Okay, but did Bhima follow the advice? That we will see later. And then Hanuman, he tells his brother, my dear brother, I want to help you. So tell me what I can do. Do you want me to go now to Hastinapur, kill Dhritarashtra's sons, grind that city into powder, and then do you want me to bind Duryodhan and put him at your feet? Tell me what I should do. But then Bhima says, my dear brother, I don't want you to do all this. You just give me your blessings and you pray that we are victorious in the battle. We are Kshatriyas. It is our duty to fight the battle. I cannot just tell, oh, my dear brother Hanuman, you go and fight the battle and I can't sit back. I must perform my duty. So you please give me your blessings. That is more than enough. And that is when Hanuman says, two things. He says, I will be on the flagstaff of Arjun's chariot, and I will strike fear in the hearts of your enemies by my terrific yells when I am in the flag of Hanuman's chariot. You all know Hanuman was on the flag of Arjun's chariot, sorry. But he also says one more thing. He says, when you rush forward towards your enemies roaring, you know how Bhima fights, he roars, and then he goes and hits people. So, when you are going, rushing towards your enemy, shouting and hitting them, at that time, I will multiply your roar. I will also roar along with you. So, just by the roars that they hear from Bhim, that is enhanced by the roars of Hanuman, the enemy, in that shock itself, they die. Okay, so Hanuman promises that. Then Bhima, he takes the blessings and he's ready to move towards the Saugandhika lotus. So he moves on and he goes to this place that is the abode of the Yakshas, that is led by Kuvera. Kuvera was the leader of that area. So he sees that lake and he's ready to plunge to go and grab those Saugandhika lotuses. But then the gods of that lake, they are called as Krodavashas. They stop Bhima. And they tell Bhima, stop, you can't take the lotus flowers. You have to take permission. So Bhima looked around and he said, what permission? Kuvera is not here. If Kuvera is here, I will take permission. Kuvera is not here. Why I should take permission? And why do I take permission from you all? I don't need to take permission from you. I only need to take permission from Kuvera. So he said, I'm not concerned with all this. And he jumps in and he starts collecting lotuses. But then these Krodashvas, they come and they start fighting with Bhima. And Bhima very easily, he wins over them. He pushes them away and he goes and he takes all the lotus flowers and he thinks in his mind, what is the harm? If Kuvera was there, yes, he's a respectable demigod. I will take permission. Kuvera is not even around. I cannot eternally wait for him to come and then go and take permission. Rather, I will collect the lotuses because I know very well that Draupadi will first offer these lotuses to Krishna and then only she will use it, she will offer it to Yudhishthir. So similarly, Kuvera is also keeping these lotuses so that he can do puja for Krishna. I am also going to offer it to Krishna. So what is the harm? He thinks like that and he starts taking the lotuses. Meanwhile, these guards, they go and complain to Kuvera, saying that the one very tall, hefty, strong man came. He said he's Bhima and he's taking all the lotuses. And then Kuvera smiled and he said, I already know from my mystic power that Bhima is coming. In fact, I sanction it. I want him to take the lotuses. Don't unnecessarily stop him. So then the Krodashvas, they come back and they stand there silently watching Bhima take all the lotus flowers, and then Bhima takes whatever he wants and he starts moving forward to present it to Draupadi. So with that, this chapter ends. But then we have 4 lessons. First lesson, we should take all efforts to please our loved ones. Second, you have to show kindness to all living entities. Of course, if it's a wild animal, you keep away. Okay. But if it's a tender, if these are, if you, it's not like randomly you start destroying trees and plants and helpless animals. You should be very, very careful the way you deal with other creatures. Third, you should bow, when you bow down with devotion, when you humbly submit, it can elevate you. It will give you great boons. See, when Bhima submitted to Hanuman, he was benefited. But when he was very arrogant, what happened? Hanuman did not budge. So first, if you want to receive blessings, first you bow down. Even when you take blessings from your elders, what do? You fall at their feet and then you take blessings. It's not that you'll stand like that, give me blessings. You can't do that, right? You'll have to fall down. When you go to the temple, you pray to Krishna and Krishna gives us mercy. So like that. And then remember, the super soul is present in all living entities. You have to be very respectful to everybody. Remember, Krishna is in everybody's heart. Okay, so always serve with love and be respectful to everybody. We're not going to have activity because we're going to have dress up, fancy dress competition. It's not a competition, it's just a show. Okay. I know there are so many raised hands, but Anjana Gopika Mataji can tell me what I should do, whether I should take questions or I should let them show their fancy dress because we don't have much time. So what should I do? Tell me whatever you ask me to do, I will do.
Yes, Mataji, it's up to you, Mataji. If you want to go directly to the dress up and then tell them why they dress up, maybe some 1-2 line and then.
Okay, so what questions, by the way, did you even have? I don't think there's any question here. It's a story, right? Okay, so now let's go on to the fancy dress show. Allow participants. Should I allow participants to unmute, Mataji? Okay.
Mataji, it's activity, right? Let them unmute so they can all talk.
Unmute. Okay, so the first is Mahi. Are you dressed up?